Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and my weekly analysis video of the markets. Let's quickly just go back and see what happened this past week and what I called for. So this is S&P 500. For some reason, the trading view did not update this candle the right way. For some reason, it doesn't always do that. Sometimes it does that, but this is supposed to be a solid green bar. This is the futures S&P. When you look at the SPY, see this is a solid green bar. So, but I did call for a top on the markets, and exactly, you see, we had a nice drop. But then last week I called for a pullback to the upside, and look what happened. We had a pullback to the upside. So this is the S&P 500, the daily chart. We are sitting right at, we had a roughly about 50% retracement pullback to the upside. So, and we are sitting right below the moving averages. The 20 is now declining. The 50 is still rising. So now, on a daily chart, of course, is looks indecisive right now. But let's look at the weekly here. So as you can see, we did come to the 20-day moving average and we bounced off. It's a little more than I would like. We almost erased this red bar completely, just erased this whole week, previous week. But looks bullish on a weekly because of this big bounce. And the monthly chart, I'm still bearish on a monthly chart. But let's look at the NASDAQ. The daily chart, same thing. This bar should be nice solid green, as you can see here on the triple Qs. And pretty much same thing, same picture as the S&P 500. The weekly chart, same way. The only thing is that we did break below the 20-day moving average pretty hard. But then again, I mean, we came up about 60% or so, about 70, 60% from the bottom here. So, and the monthly, I still like move to the downside. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Same thing. Move to the downside, like I called for, a pullback to the upside, and now if we close above this bar, this bottoming tail, we're gonna go higher on a daily chart, looks like. If not, we're going lower. And then the weekly chart, we are staying right below. We didn't break above like the other two indices. So we are staying below the 20-day moving average. We might see another try to break above it and then come down. And the monthly chart looks the same way as the other two indices. Looks bearish to me. Let's look at the Russell 2000. So as you remember, last week I called for a pullback to the upside because of this bounce of the 200-day moving average, the bottoming tail, and we got to bounce back to the upside. So now we're stuck in between these moving averages between 200 and the 50 and the 20. The 20 is declining. So, but we did close above this bottoming tail on a daily chart. So that would suggest to me move to the upside and possibly hit this 50-day moving average. Yeah, so that would be, let me take a look here again. What's the price? That would be, but 2060. 2060, that would take us right around here. This resistance and the monthly chart. Just remember that we have only 2 days left in this month, Monday and Tuesday. So um, possibly 2 days to the upside and then move back down. But looks bullish for at least maybe 1 or 2 days, and then we'll see what happens because this 50 will be acting as resistance. So let's go to crude oil, the daily chart. As you remember, I said that we might see a little pullback to the downside and then higher prices because of this topping tail, and the moving averages are rising here, the 50 and the 200. So we are sitting like right by the 20-day moving average. Um, so that would suggest probably higher prices on crude oil, and same thing on the weekly chart. We're staying above the moving averages, and we raised 50% above 50% about of this red bar. So we just need continuation of that. Uh, so once we close above these two red bars, we're probably gonna hit 92, 93 bucks. And this is what the monthly looks like, which I like on the bullish side as well. Okay, let's go to gold. Start with the daily chart here. Um, so I did call for this pretty strong move to the upside. This topping tail suggested moving the price is moving to the downside, and we did not close above it, and we did get slammed here. I think that was a Monday. Let's see, yeah. Um, and now we are staying right at just below the 20-day moving average on a daily chart. The weekly looks bullish, but pullback is likely as we are seeing it right now. And the monthly is bullish with a pullback happening. So um, as long as we don't, um, well, if we do get below this bottoming tail, we might come down lower. Hopefully, the 50 will catch up a little higher here, and maybe 50% down from where it's at right now. Otherwise, we're moving higher. So let's see, silver, pretty much same thing, except we had a red bar off the rising 20. But if this bar gets erased the following day on Monday, and we close above it, we're going higher. If not, there'll be continuation to the downside, just like in gold. This is on a daily chart, the weekly. So you have to just watch every day what happens. Um, um, so I did call for this nice bull run in gold. I called for 30 bucks, the target. And of course, there's resistance in this area. So this was expected, and that's what I called for a pullback. Um, and the monthly looks bullish with a pullback. So same thing as gold. Here's Bitcoin, the daily chart. So we did kind of form a triple top, and we came down. We retested this support here, came back up, um, just like the indices. Came back down, uh, pulled back up, and we had a pullback here again to the downside. So now uh, the 50 started to roll over. The 20 is declining now. So that would suggest to me um, lower prices. And if we break below the 60,000 mark, uh, we're going to go lower, a lot lower. This is the weekly chart. I like lower prices. Um, we might hit this 20-day moving average. I will call for about 56,000 area, and the monthly chart 56, that would put us right over here, which is about right, about 30% or so retracement pullback, because we are kind of far away from these moving averages. So let's look at the dollar daily chart. um, Looks bullish. um, we As you remember, I said that precious metals and the dollar trade in opposite directions, inverse of each other. But then when this move happened to the upside, the precious metals moved up as well. So that was very unusual. I mean, it does happen, just not very often. So now we had this Friday big green bar of the 20-day moving average suggests higher prices. So the target would be 107 and change, possibly 108. Okay, let's look at the weekly here. Yeah, so we had a small pullback. So that will take us to 107, 108 area. Yeah, I like that. And the monthly chart, we are clearly above the rising 20, and 107, 108 area looks about right to be hit for the dollar. Let's look at the bond market. Bond market is still pulling back, because, as you remember, I drew some lines here last couple weeks to show that's not gonna work. Show this channel going lower. So are we gonna see a pullback? This kind of looks like a double bottom. It failed to go lower. So let's look at the weekly here quickly. So if you remember this red bar off of the 50, I said probably gonna see lower prices as long as we don't break above it, and we did pull back. And the monthly, again on the monthly, I said that once we break above and close above this red bar, but we did not. We tried, but then we got slammed down. So now it looks like to me what might happen is we might form a double bottom and then move back up. This bar probably is not going to turn green in 2 days, but listen, anything can happen. It's the markets, right? So that would, if this was going to turn, let's see, 93 and change, 93 and change, so that would be right above the moving averages. I mean, that would have to be really strong 2 days, which is, I don't think is going to happen because uh, these moving averages are declining, so that's resistance. But we might just chop and maybe get to the 20-day moving average and move back up. So that would be, just call it 90 bucks. That would, yeah, 90 bucks. That would be here. And on the monthly, that will put us right around this area. So yeah, so that's what I think is gonna happen. But nobody really knows. And so that's it for this week. Go please review the previous video, last week's video, and see what I said, and look what happened at the charts. So please like the video, share and subscribe if you have not done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, and give it a thumbs up, and share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from the content on my channel. Remember, hit the bell notification icon because it's important, and because you will not see any notifications when my videos are up or when I go live. So that's it. Um, Take care, and we'll see you next week.